Welcome back to the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24, and we are getting closer to the All-Star break as we are currently in the month of June. We get offered a trade here by the Miami Marlins, not trading away Matt Strahm, even though he has fallen off a cliff after giving up that one run against Las Vegas in the last episode. But anyways, the Reds are about 20 games over 500. That's kind of what we expected out of this team after a slow start to the year. The Reds have really gotten going. However, Luis Cortes isn't doing what we kind of wanted him to do. I'll give him a couple more starts, but we are still struggling to find that fifth starter in the rotation. And I feel like we're going to have to find one via trade at the trade deadline. Rhett Lauder and Martin Valenzuela are both in AAA, posting about a 5 ERA. And I think it's time we give a shot to TJ Sikma. The lefty, 70 overall, is finally at 28 years of age going to get his shot on the Major League roster because Luis Cortes, I can't be sending a guy out there who's got a 7 ERA. So Sikma will be the fourth number 5 starter we try this season. And now, I didn't think this was going to be necessary because Rhett Lauder did a pretty good job in his rookie season last year. So I was expecting, okay, Lauder's the 5th starter. Lodolo was the guy I was a little bit concerned with as well, but Lodolo's really settled in as we're going to see him here tonight against the Pittsburgh Pirates here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. But Luis Cortes wasn't really great. Of course, Valenzuela and Lauder have both struggled, both former first-round picks. So Sikma's the next guy to get a shot. We're not going to see him tonight as obviously Lodolo's on the bump with a 3.9 ERA, but we'll see. If Sikma cannot perform, I'm really going to look to a trade probably in the next 2 episodes because, we can't have a 5th starter every day who's going to give up 5 runs, right? We just can't have that. And I get it. You can probably go and afford a 4-man rotation in the postseason, but I'd rather just have a 5th guy who's a viable option. We're going to see Paul Skenes tonight, the former first overall pick from Louisiana State University, and Elly De La Cruz rips one right to the first baseman. And here's your Reds lineup tonight. It goes De La Cruz, Friedel, Harper, Tucker, Benson, Steer, Isaac, Langeliers, and McLean. Skenes has been all right for the Pirates. They just don't get him run support, and he's nasty, though. I mean, the guy's going to throw 100 on every single fastball he throws. The changeup's gross as well just because of the mixture of speeds, as he's going to get Bryce Harper to fly out into left. So both pitchers get a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Let's head now back to Nick Lodolo on the bump. He will see O'Neal Cruz on the 1-2 pitch. Cruz just going to extend the bat and ground out to Elly De La Cruz. That'll be the first out here in the top of the second, bringing up Jack Sawinski on the 3-2 pitch. Balls on the ground, right to Elly De La Cruz again. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second. Henry Davis, the former first overall pick as well, will just get lucky. That's not a good swing. Henry Davis going to put the ball out there on the left, and Bryce Harper will have it, but Davis is on with a 2-out double, extending the inning for Nick Gonzalez, and Gonzalez hits one by Elly De La Cruz. Harper gonna have to come up throwing, but Davis is in there safe as the Pirates take a 1-0 lead early here in the top of the second. Here comes Endy Rodriguez on the 1-2 pitch. Another horrible swing by the Pirates that will get through. They'll have him on the corners with 2 outs, looking to threaten again. Martinez in the 3-2 pitch, though, puts one on the ground right to Matt McLean to end the inning. Pittsburgh, though, again on the board with a 1-0 score. Kyle Tucker will lead things off here in the bottom of the second. He'll take that Skenes fastball and fly out into left field. Will Benson on the 3-2 will walk. That pitch inside by Skenes will miss. Here comes Spencer Steer on the 1-2. Steer pulls it on the ground. That ball cannot be handled, though, by Martinez at third. They're going to call it a base knock, and the Reds will have runners on first and second with 1 out, but Paul Skenes going to blow one by Xavier Isaac. But now look at Shea Langeliers pulling the fastball deep left field. It's out of here! Shea Langeliers delivers with 2 outs. He takes Skenes deep into left field, and the Reds take a 3-1 lead. It will be Shea's 12th of the season. It goes 373 feet, and Bryce Harper's loving it in the dugout. The Reds take that 2-run cushion 3-1. Still 2 outs in the inning. It'll give a shot to Matt McLean on the 1-2 offering, and McLean will strike out in a changeup away. But yeah, Skenes is gross. I don't think he's I don't think it's a fair representation of the game. Like, he doesn't really throw 100 in this. In Diamond Dynasty, if you pay for his 99 overall card, because Diamond Dynasty is just pay to win now, which is ridiculous, but it's fine. I still play it, even though I don't spend all my money on packs. I'd rather just do that gambling instead. But anyways, Paul Skenes, because I could actually make real money gambling. But anyways, Paul Skenes in Diamond Dynasty throws 100 miles an hour, 102, 103. He's got outlier. In franchise, he only throws like 97. but the guy is gross. Like, I've seen him in person. I watched him pitch in AAA in Indianapolis. The guy is nasty. I mean, I went out there and saw him pitch 3 innings and didn't give up a single hit. Like, the dude is very good, and I know he's only had 1 start so far in the major leagues. He's going to be a top 10 pitcher very quickly. That's how good I think that guy is, honestly. As Bryce Harper comes up, and oh my goodness, that ball is out in a hurry. My God. Bryce Harper makes this a 4-1 game. He's been so good this year. No injuries so far. Harper's hit his 18th home run. We aren't even to the All-Star break yet. He's going to be an All-Star yet again. He hasn't been an All-Star recently because of the injuries. Harper has fully established himself once again as one of baseball's elite players. And now I was hoping Kyle Tucker was going to come to the Reds and become an elite player. Don't get me wrong. He's been serviceable, right? He's a guy who's going to, he's going to bat 240 for you. Like, it's just, we keep him in the 4 spot because, yes, he does have power. And really, I'd rather have him there than Benson or Xavier Isaac, who's really struggling right now. But that's a, story for a different day. Kyle Tucker, I wish, was what Bryce Harper is. Bryce Harper is still killing it. You saw the postseason he had, and he's going to be an all-star this season, and he should be in the MVP race, as Will Benson's going to like that one out. They're going to call that an infield single. I don't know if I agree with that. Tamar Johnson makes the error. As Spencer Steer, who we again talked about being in the MVP race last episode, he has fallen way back down to earth. He's batting 295. He's not going to be an MVP, but maybe Bryce Harper can be again. I don't know, but Shohei Ohtani's out here pitching Cy Young level numbers, and he's batting 360 and I think is second in home runs behind Juan Soto. It's ridiculous. Now, right there, Shea Langeliers would have had an RBI single if that ball did not deflect off the leg of Paul Skenes. Instead, it does. So it's an infield single, and it's going to cost the Reds a run because Matt McLain will pop out right there. But Cincinnati is up 4-1 thanks to the solo blast by Bryce Harper. We go on to the top of the 5th. Nick Lodolo will strike out Andy Rodriguez on the sinker away. Martinez on the 1-1 pitch is going to get flown out into right field to Kyle Tucker. And I keep stating it with Kyle Tucker, right? Like, we can't get off the contract. We gave him guaranteed money for the next 6 years. He's making $26.5 million a year because what the guy was doing in Houston, it was consistent 290 seasons. And we're just not getting that here. And we're not really getting it from Elly De La Cruz either. I have not locked up Elly for the long term. Now, am I ever going to get rid of Elly De La Cruz? No, because of all the speed and, they barely get him out here on the pitch out trying to steal second base. But I wish Elly was, I wish Elly kind of broke through. I mean, we saw that last season sort of in the first half of the year. He was batting around 300, then he fell off a cliff. But I wish he was a consistent 280 batter as Bryce Harper. I mean, what more can I say? Bryce Harper does it again for the second time in this game. Harper goes deep. It will be his 19th of the season at 345 feet into shallow right field, but it still gets out of the park. Bryce Harper keeps steamrolling the competition. The Reds up 5-1. Bryce's second of the game in back-to-back ABs. Kyle Tucker hits the ball hard, but again, he just doesn't really do what Harper does for the squad. Now, Nick Lodolo went 5 innings, bringing in DeAndre Wilder, who has been so good this rookie campaign. I mean, crazy. I did not think we were going to get the numbers that we got at DeAndre Wilder. Closer of the future? I don't know. I don't know why we get closers and they really just don't perform. Alexis Diaz wasn't that great. We got rid of him. Camilo Doval was good before we got him, and then he kind of fell apart. And then Felix Bautista was the best closer in the game, and then he comes here, and he's got an ERA of 4. I mean, he does a job for us, but I don't know. Bautista hasn't been great. Garrett Crochet's actually been better. I know Crochet's a starter in real life, but he's going to be a reliever for us. As Jackson Wolf will get a double play and then walk Xavier Isaac, who is again batting 200. Shea Langeliers, though, blasts one to left center. Here comes Isaac rounding third. Coming home, he will be in there safe. We'll see about Xavier Isaac. I'm not against actually starting Josh Bell in the playoffs or down the stretch here. I think Bell might be better, or even Tyler Stevenson. I think Stevenson might not be a bad guy to hit against left-handed pitching, and then Josh Bell can bat against rights. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards doing if Isaac continues to struggle. Mason Miller gets the ball here in the 7th inning with a 5-run cushion. Sawinski's going to get one through into right field. Henry Davis, though, going to extend the bat and ground one to Elly De La Cruz. Elly going to step on the bag at second and turn himself. My goodness, he'll turn too. Against 71 speed Henry Davis, that is difficult, but Elly makes it look easy, and Nick Gonzalez will bloop one to left, but Bryce Harper will charge on and make the out. To the bottom of the 7th, Elly De La Cruz will strike out with that Jackson Wolf curveball. Here comes TJ Friedel, who is leading all center fielders in all-star voting so far this season, so shout out to him. He'll ground out to second. Here comes Bryce Harper on the 3-2 pitch, looking for home run number 3. Did he do it? Harper deep center field, going back on it is going to be Gavin Cross, and he puts Harper away. We go on to the top of the 8th. Mason Miller still out here to pitch. Our bullpen, for some reason, is really tired. Like, we don't have many guys who can actually pitch today, so Miller will be tasked with going 2 innings. I mean, he's 2 outs away from doing it. Martinez on the 1-2, chops the slider to Elly De La Cruz. Elly to first. 2 gone the inning for the leadoff man, Gavin Cross, the former Kansas City Royal, will get popped out to Elly De La Cruz. We go straight to the top of the 9th. Nothing happening for the Reds in the bottom of the 8th, and here is Garrett Crochet. 0.51 ERA. He's been that good. And now I understand only 18 innings pitched, but he's been a monster. He'll strike out Tamar Johnson on the slider looking. Brian Reynolds on the 1-2, chops 1-2, Spencer Steer at third base. Steer to first. 2 gone in the inning. Final hope for the Pirates will be O'Neal Cruz on the 1-2. Cruz will chop 1 to second base. Matt McClain to first. That's your ball game. The Cincinnati Reds will win here at home. They will improve to a record of 52 wins and 31 losses, putting them 21 games above 500 for the Pirates. Their struggles continue here in the NL Central. They are now 34-49. But the Reds win here tonight. They out-hit the Pirates 9-4. Nick Lodolo picks up the victory. Paul Skenes takes the loss. What we mentioned earlier, of course, Skenes not getting run support from his bats, and today was no different. The Reds will get it done, winning this one again by a score of 6-1. So folks, thank y'all for watching episode number 63 of the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24. If you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, folks. Thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.